Hey guys, let's make cookies today. I'm gonna try and make almond chocolate chip cookies. Vegan, we'll see. So I never tried this before. I wrote down the ingredients. I just made them up. I just wrote them down so that I wouldn't completely forget in front of the camera. So we have 100 grams of all-purpose flour. Let me see, 100. I always like to put a little bit of all-purpose. Now, we have 150 of almond flour, but the majority of this, I want it to be almond flour. 150, oops, oh, there was a teaspoon inside. Surprise. 150 we said, right? Yeah. I just filmed the making of coconut lemon cookies, and I was saying that when I use almonds or coconut in the recipe, I am careful to not use too much oil because it's going to give some oil. I'm going to add 30 grams of potato starch. I just really like what it does to cookies. Just always remember that nuts and coconut have fat in it. We are gonna add a quarter of a teaspoon of my favorite baking powder, the Pane Angeli vanilla baking powder, a good pinch of salt. That was a good pinch of salt. And we're gonna mix. We're going to add 75 grams of sugar. So these are good cookies, like all my cookies. They're very low sugar because Catherine eats them. I don't want her to have too much sugar. I don't want to have too much sugar. So you know that all my cookies are pretty low sugar. And if you find them not sweet enough, like Ben often does, you can always dust some powdered sugar on top. I'm going to add 30 grams of, this is baking unsweetened raw baking coconut, coconut cocoa. 30 usually is the perfect quantity for this kind of cookies. This recipe is making like 6 big cookies, big. They're my whole dessert, so I like to have the big cookie, almost like a scone. You know the drill by now. So here's my coconut. Now here, I'm not gonna add any milk, I'm not gonna add any eggs. I'm going to use almond oil, and I'm going to use almond milk to create the more moist. I'm gonna add just a little bit of chocolate chip. I was kind of craving chocolate. I don't really have chocolate inside at the house. I didn't want to go out for that, let alone order it. Just a tiny bit of, it's really a taste of chocolate chips. I really want a good balance between almond and chocolate. So I'm going to add 75 milliliters of oil. So as you can see, it's a very low quantity, very low oil content for cookies. But they really won't miss it because there is plenty in the almonds. I'm going to add a tiny bit of vanilla essence. This is probably a quarter of a teaspoon. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the almond essence, almond extract. One thing that you can do here, I think I added 5 milliliters. One thing that you can do here, you can add chopped almonds if you want, if you really want to increase the almond flavor, and also give the crunch. I love adding nuts because they really give the crunch. Now, as always, we're going to add as much milk as needed to make this dough moist enough to manage and make into patties. These are going to cook approximately 12 minutes, 10 to 12. I want them a little bit undercooked, almost like brownies. So let's start. And then of course the recipe is going to be very detailed on the website. I'm going to start with 50. 50 milliliters for now. Actually not being 55. Let's see. Remember that you can always add, you can never take it away. I think actually it's a good quantity, 55. I want these to be a little undercooked, like brownies. Whenever there's chocolate, chocolate tends to dry the dough a lot. So a little bit undercooked. I think I may add 5 more, just to get probably 60 milliliters, just to bring the dough a little bit more together. Let's remember there's no eggs in here. If you want to add 1 egg, you can. I'm gonna go, 5 more. So 60 milliliters in total. And now I'm gonna see, maybe a little bit more. But again, you will see all the ingredients on the website. So yeah, you can easily add more. If you add an egg, just add less milk. You can use regular milk. I really like to bake with almond milk, especially when I'm making almond cookies, and I don't really drink milk. When I taste it, nice, very nice. I'm going to add 10 more, but then I'm also going to add a little bit more vanilla extract, almond extract. Ooh, very nice, very chocolatey, not sweet at all. Like to me, this is the perfect level of sweetness that I want in these cookies, especially when there is, I like almond extract, especially when there is chocolate. I want to taste the bitterness. And these are going to be really perfect for a dusting of powdered sugar. It's going to make them beautiful too. These are going to be like large patties. I want to show you. This is what the coconut ones came out like. You know, they're big. You can actually add a design too to these, like with if you have, you can make a nice like star or a heart with powdered sugar if you feel creative. You can easily draw a shape on a piece of paper. I may actually do that because they're gonna be big enough. So let me take it with me. Grab the baking sheet where I have baked. That dough is fantastic. And there's no egg, so you can actually eat it. A little bit coconut. You can actually just eat it. Even though yesterday, you guys, if you watched the show, we learned to pasteurize eggs for the tiramisu. So, you know, you make little patties like this, and then you flatten them with a fork. So make them big enough to then design something. I'm actually trying. I think that I'm more of the messy kind of cook. I don't think I'm very good at decorating because I'm not. Ben probably will be very good at decorating. I think it's really art. This is probably gonna make, 6 big cookies because we're gonna really flatten these. So these are usually my dessert. So that's what I eat after dinner. It's a big cookie. And it's very healthy. So 425, and I have one more to make, but at 425, 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Don't overcook them, and I'm sure they're gonna be delicious. You can lick the bowl. Bye guys, buon appetito.